and welcome to Team Fusion. My name is Sarah Ho and I'm currently an Emerald out of Dallas, Texas, and I'm so excited to be recording this video for you. The reason why I decided to record this is because at the rate of the growth of Team Fusion, sometimes it's getting a little bit more challenging, which is a good problem to have, but a little bit more challenging to be meeting with everybody. But we didn't want that to be a reason why people don't still receive quality coaching and mentorship, and we're all about no one left behind, and so why not leverage technology to allow people to get the same coaching that they would even if we were face-to-face in their living room. Today we're going to be in my living room, but the main objective of this video is to get you and your future team off to the best possible start. We want to set proper expectations. We want to equip you with a few basic and essential skills. And this is just going to make a world of difference because you can refer back to this video, rewind, replay as many times as you need to, and so can your team. And people can watch it in any time zone, at any time in the cracks of their schedule. And like one of my mentors told me, repetition is the mother of all skills. So I'm excited. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Team Fusion, and congratulations for making the best possible decision for your financial future. I know you might be a mix of excited, exhilarated, and nervous at the same time. Maybe you've even lost some sleep. I know that I did when I first got started in this industry. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it because I want to go through a lot of basics that are they're simple, but they're very important. So if you could do me a huge favor, take out a notebook, a journal, or a piece of paper to take notes on everything I'm going to go over, because I'm going to do it fast because I want to keep this in under 30 minutes and hit everything. So please get a notebook, a paper, pause the video right now if you don't. But you're going to want a journal, period. Like, actually invest in a good, decent journal for events, conference calls, video trainings, Zoom calls, anything. Anytime that you're with someone who is experiencing success in the business, you want to be taking notes. Even if you're not used to taking notes, this business is going to teach you a lot of great skills. And so get a notebook. I hope you have it by now. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about having a champion mindset. I could go over the skills, words to say when you're inviting and presenting, but none of that matters if your mindset is not in the right frame. So to have a champion mindset, first of all, you want to establish your why. Okay, so your why is just, obviously, it's your motivation and reason for doing the business. And your why is going to change over time, so don't get too stuck on it, but do take some time to get clear on what it is that you want. Because sometimes when I'm sitting down with a brand new person, they never even thought about it because they didn't even think it was possible until now. So before you meet with your mentor, whether it's me or someone in your organization who shared this video with you, make sure that you have something actually solid written down other than financial freedom. Financial freedom is, while it sounds great, it's not enough to motivate you when things get hard in this business. So maybe you really, really want to take your kids to Disneyland because they still have never gone, but you've been so busy. Maybe you haven't had the funds to take the family on a vacation, or you have, but you haven't had the time. And luckily we have a blessing called Kyani that gives you both time and money. Or maybe it's to retire a spouse, a parent, maybe to pay off student debt, maybe to just become a person that you're so proud of. The personal development that you go through in this business is phenomenal. So there is no right or wrong answer. Maybe you are just so motivated by getting a dream car, Lamborghini. I don't know what it is, but just make sure that it's true to you, because this why has to be so strong that even when someone tells you no, or even when business isn't going the way that you want it to, because there's naturally going to be waves in any industry that you're in, your why is going to be your North Star, if you will. So make sure you have that written down. So number one is establishing your why. You can pause the video and write that down. Now, commit to a 5-year plan, okay? And have long-term vision, because I can tell you already that if you have long-term vision for where you want to be 5 years from now, not just in Kyani but in life, you are already setting yourself up for so much more success than someone who's just crossing their fingers hoping that tomorrow is better than today. And so just the same way that people commit to 4 years of medical school, dental school, law school, if someone did not set the expectation saying, hey, in order to create this 6-figure potential income, it's not even guaranteed, you're going to have to work about 80 hours a week. It's like 40 hours. I have several friends in med school right now, so this is why I'm saying this. It's like working 2 full-time jobs. They're in school from like 8 to 5, and they're studying 5 to midnight for like 4 years constantly. But why are people willing to do it? Because there's a reward in the end, and the expectations were set. So please don't think that this is going to be easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy. But what I can guarantee you is that it is 1000% worth it. For the person you become, the skills you acquire, and the impact that you make, and the lifestyle that you create for yourself, it's so worth it to learn these fundamental skills that no one can take from you, and creating a bulletproof mindset and confidence and posture that impacts all areas of your life. But anyway, have a 5-year plan, long-term vision, and just remember, just because someone hit Sapphire in like 3 minutes, there's a lot of those stories in Team Fusion, do not let it discourage you, rather let it inspire you, knowing that it's possible, but run your own race. And I mean, Sapphire is averaging, maybe close to $20,000 a year raise, because it's over $1,000. It's like $1,500 a month for the average Sapphire. So think about what you would have to do at your job to get a $20,000 a year raise. You would have to put in some extra time for a long period of time, not just 30 days. So please don't treat it any differently here. Okay, next. So number 1 is establishing your why. Number 2, have long-term vision. Number 3, write down ERC/SW attitude. So ERC stands for emotional roller coaster. Okay, so if you're prepared for this, you're going to be in such better shape than someone who says, wow, someone told me this was going to be all rainbows and butterflies. While it is the best decision that you've ever made, sometimes you're going to be like, this is really hard. And the reason why is just because people don't have their emotions trained. It's not because network marketing is that much crazier than anything else. But for example, if you ask some friends if they want to go eat and they're not hungry, you don't get offended and you don't take it personally. They're just not hungry yet, so they don't want to go eat. The same thing applies here, is that if they don't have that hunger or desire for a better future, or if they don't yet see that this is an opportunity to get them where they want to go, that's okay. It's just timing, not talent, okay? So even if they have a ton of potential, don't fall in love with potential. They'll come around when you stick around because you have long-term vision. So emotional roller coaster, my key here is don't let your highs get too high and don't let your lows get too low. Okay, so when we meet, or whenever you sit down with your mentor after watching this video, I'm going to ask you what the ERC is. You're going to say emotional roller coaster. And just know that it's coming, and everyone goes through it, but once you build some callus in this business, you're going to understand that it's just part of the business. So sometimes you're going to get really excited when all these people say they're going to be at your first home meeting to take a look at the business, and then only half of them show up. It is not you personally. It's just how life is, even if you're throwing a birthday party or your first home meeting for Kyani. So it's the same thing. Okay, so we're just setting that frame. Now next is SW attitude. This is what I said to put a slash. SW stands for some will, some won't, so what, so who's next? If you have this mindset, you're going to be good. I promise you. I'm just equipping you so that when you start to go through these things, you're going to say, wow, this is exactly what Sarah was talking about. Okay, Sarah told me about this. So you're going to be prepared. Now, next is coachability. We only have a couple more things left here in champion mindset. Coachability is so critical because you will save yourself so much hurt and aches and pains, even though, are you going to fall on your face? Yes, it's called a learning curve. But you can learn through mistakes or you can learn through mentors. And mentors is much easier. A lot of us, if we've already hit certain ranks that you want to achieve, likely we could tell you how to do it in half the time because we've already done it and we figured out what works and what doesn't. So, I like to tell my new people, treat it like if you wanted to become a professional golfer and Tiger Woods said, I will mentor you. Okay? And then he tells you how to bend your knees, how to swing, how to hold everything, right? And it's going to be kind of uncomfortable because you've never done it before. But after repetition, you get the swing of things, then you're going to become more comfortable because you're going to grow that new groove in your brain. So the same thing is going to apply here. Get outside your comfort zone because success operates at the edge of your comfort zone. Okay, so coachability. And the last thing is positivity. I love working with someone. I would actually rather work with someone who has a little bit less influence. Maybe they're not as eloquent and they have to learn some scripts a little bit longer, but they're so positive and they're so solution focused. I love that, and it's also necessary to succeed, not just here but anywhere, okay? So any excuse that you have, it's okay to communicate it with your coach and your mentor here in Kyani, but we're going to help you overcome it, but you have to come with that willingness to overcome it. So for example, if you say, I don't know a lot of people, most people would just let that be a reason why they don't succeed here. But they say, you know, I don't know a lot of people, but I can meet more people. You know, I'm not very good at talking on the phone, but I can get better. You know, I don't have a whole lot of time, but I can make time. They are solution focused. So if you focus on being that positive person, you're going to attract all these positivity into your life. And I mean, I don't want to get too like spiritual or universe, you know, but I do want to say that this is going to help you a whole lot. So make sure that you're positive, you're staying solution focused. And the last thing is for personal development. Write these two titles down. One is Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. It looks like this. You can actually look it up on YouTube for free, or you can go to jimrohn.com. I'll hold it up again, or you can just pause the video. That's what that looks like, and it is only about an hour long. It's an audio. Again, you can access it for free on YouTube, but I like to give these to my new people so they can listen to it in their cars and start equipping their mindset. So this is a disc that some of our top earners in Team Fusion have memorized word for word. So if the best of the best leaders have memorized this, do you think that there's value here? Yes. And it's not just for success in network marketing. It applies to a lot of other areas of your business. You're going to love it. Again, that's Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. Okay? And next is GoPro by Eric Laurie, audiobook. You can get the physical book, but the reason why I tell everyone to get the audiobook is because a lot of the success in network marketing is not what you say, but how you say it, so you need to hear it. And again, I think you can find it on YouTube. It keeps getting taken down and posted back up. But you can just go to networkmarketingpro.com and order it for like $12, the discs. Or you can, I think, get it on Kindle. But it's called GoPro, like the camera. GoPro 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. But if you just look up GoPro audiobook by Eric Worre, ERICWORRE, you're going to be equipped with all the skills. Now, that is champion mindset. We talked about having a journal, becoming a student, establishing your why, committing to a 5-year plan, and having long-term vision. The emotional roller coaster that's coming, so be prepared. Some will, some won't. So what? So who's next? And I'm going to check your notes to make sure that you watch this. Coachability, being positive and being solution focused, and of course, I would like to see that you have this. If you are working with me personally, this will be my gift to you. And if not, then please just show that you've listened to it, okay? All of these things are just designed to help you. Now, next we're going to talk about the system schedule, okay? So, write this down so that you can put it into your calendar later, but we're going to go kind of fast. Sunday night is our MIT call, Millionaires in Training, okay? This is on Zoom, which is like Skype, but better. It's higher quality. You can host more people. And your upline, if they're within our organization or we're doing this collab with them, they will send you the meeting ID. But just download on your phone Zoom Cloud Meetings. Or on your computer, go to zoom.us, ZOOM.us, download it, and then when your mentor sends you the meeting ID, you're going to be able to dial in. This is every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. So like Texas time, it's Central. So adjust accordingly, but this is where we go through personal development, where we do Q&A. This is like where you grow, not just as a person, but also your skill set in Kyani, and it's just so valuable. We've been getting such good feedback, and we just launched it several weeks ago, and it's been working great. Monday night, this is our team-wide call, so this is available to all of Team Fusion. Write down this phone number. So this is not a web video conference like Sundays is. Monday is a call that you can dial into from anywhere. 712-775-7035. So 712-775-7035. And the PIN is 258243. 258243, and then you hit pound. This is every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's only about 30 minutes. So the reason why I'm telling you this right now is so that you can't say nobody told you. Okay, these calls are going to help you so much. Build your beliefs so you understand the bigger picture that you're a part of, as well as prospects that we're exposing throughout the week. Promote this call. Say, hey, there's a really exciting call that I think would stretch your vision a little bit, give you some more information. If I give you the number, would you listen in? And you give them this, they listen, and then they say, wow, this is really helping a lot of people. So they just see the bigger picture. It's a good tool. Now, Tuesday night is the DFY. That stands for Done For You. It's basically just a VIP hotel event. I call it a VIP event because not everyone knows what DFY is. But this is where you bring guests to see the bigger picture. So they can see the social proof, And details are in the app. So if you haven't already downloaded the Team Fusion app, you probably already have it. That's how you downloaded it. But you can go to events and then just find your city and find the location as well as the time. Wednesday night, there is a Zoom PBR. So this is for more of our out-of-state people. If you can meet face-to-face, do face-to-face. But if you are out-of-state from your upline or your support team, or someone did see it in person on Tuesday and this is just a follow-up exposure, Wednesday night we're back on Zoom just like we were on Sunday, except Sunday was personal development training. This is just another virtual PBR. So we go through the information, a business overview of Kyani, so that they can soak up the information, because I promise you they're going to pick up more details than they did the first time. So Wednesday night, that's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, your mentor is going to send you the link or the meeting ID that you just plug into your phone or your computer that will enter you into that conference room. And it's probably going to be the same one as Sunday. Otherwise, between that, there's going to be other home meetings, other team trainings, team gatherings, barbecues, fun stuff that you just want to stay up to date. See if you're on my team personally, please text "I will succeed" to 46786. I will succeed with no spaces. I will succeed to 46786, and then hit Y, because it's through that we keep you posted and up to date, and we remind you about calls and stuff. If you're not on my team, please don't enter that, because 1, it charges us for every text that we send out to our team. 2, you're going to get spammed with a bunch of stuff that may not even be in your market. So if you're on my team, please text "I will succeed" to 46786. The last thing is Fort Worth is the International Leadership Academy. So we call it ILA. So whenever you hear a leader talking about ILA, this is it. And basically, mark your calendars right now for March 9th to the 11th, 2017. And this is where, for 3 days, the top income earners in all of Kyani around the world come together for 3 days to train. And it is the most life-changing event you will ever go to. And it's events like these that have helped a lot of us leaders get to where we are now, because it just, something magical happens there. And I wish I could explain it better, but I want you to know right now to block that out in your calendar, because it's those 3 days that will be the best decision you've ever made for attending. And it's not just like any other meeting, training, conference. I've had some people tell me, I've already been to corporate trainings and things like that. This is nothing like that. And they always thank me for making them go. And it changed their life. It changed their business. So it's called International Leadership Academy. If you are new, like you just enrolled, and if you're watching this video, you probably just did because I sent it to you. Within your first 72 hours, you can actually get a $99 ticket to this event. Normally tickets, I think they're going to go up to probably $189, or at the door over $200. But you can get a $99 ticket for access to $1 million training by millionaires for 3 days to grow your business for $99 if you call corporate. So just go to Kyani.net. I don't have my phone on me, but Kyani.net, and then go to corporate, go to your welcome email, call customer service and say, hey, I just enrolled, I'd like to get a ticket to Fort Worth. And then make that transaction so you can lock in the $99 price. Okay, so anyway, we talked about the Sunday night Zoom call, Monday night team call, Tuesday night hotel event. It sounds like a lot, but I promise each of these are like pockets of your time. 30 minutes here, an hour there. Remember, this is part-time, but you want to be consistent and it will compound. Okay, now for the last 10 minutes here, we want to talk about the first part of the pipeline, which is building a big list and inviting that list the right way. I love this industry, but the reason why a lot of people have a misconception of it is because people are missing this big essential skill, which is inviting, and they end up spamming a bunch of people. But let me just tell you right now that if you just learn to be excited and be genuine, you are going to do so well in inviting. And if you don't feel comfortable, we're going to role play together when we see each other, or you can with your upline, whoever's team you're on, and we're going to make sure that you are using an approach that works for you. So there's several different approaches, but for the sake of time and in this video, since this is just designed to be a quick start launch, I'm just going to go over a three-way call and a direct approach, and that'll be it. So, first of all, you want to make a list of 100 plus names without prejudging. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you actually go through your phone, go through your Facebook, think of people that you've ever known. You just want to get your network on paper, and by no prejudging, I mean don't assume that this person will like it, and don't assume this person won't. Or don't assume that this person won't be good at it, or this person will. Because sometimes the person who you think will be a huge rock star, they won't want to even take a look at the business. And some people who you're like, I don't think they're going to be very good, all of a sudden they're your biggest rock star. They go diamond in your team, and you're like, whew, glad I talked to them. So just treat it as if you were getting paid $50 per name just for writing it down. How many names would you put on there? Okay, just write down their name. What we do with them, we'll talk about when we sit down and meet in person, but just put your network on paper, because the act of writing it is going to trigger other names. You're like, oh yeah, and this person, oh yeah, and this person. And you want to put high quality runners. Not people that you feel like you have just influence over, but people who you already know are very successful and very influential, because those are the people who are going to make this business fun. When all of a sudden you look better than you are just because you have really good people on your team, and you have all these successful people, high caliber people coming into your organization representing Kyani. Now, worst case scenario, if you were really struggling with building a big list, go through your phone or your Facebook friends and just take 2 names from the A's, 2 names from the B's, 2 names from the C's, all the way to Z, and there you already have, what, over 50 people. And then go to your last 10 text messages, your last 10 missed calls, your last 10 incoming calls, your last 10 outgoing calls. You guys get the pattern here, okay? So just get resourceful. Remember, we're solution focused, so make sure you write down all the names that you know, because this is how we fill the pipeline. Okay, so the 3-way call script sounds something like this, and the reason why I love it is because it takes so much pressure off of the new person. They literally just read a couple sentences and pass it off to their upline, and then their upline finishes up the call for them. And it is just phenomenal because it's so effective. And if you just get good at reading a couple sentences, you are golden. So it's going to sound kind of fast, but this will be attached in a document right below this video in the info box. You can take that out and print it off. I actually would like for you to have these printed off before we meet, so that we can actually have something to role play off of. So here's what it sounds like. After you make your giant list, you want to text a batch of 10. Hey, John, so put their name because we're going to be personal. Hey, John, how are you? Do you have a quick minute to talk? Okay, so we're going to text them first, and then when they respond, then we call and you say, hey, how are you? And then obviously a little bit of greeting. Then you say, hey, I'm in a rush right now, but the reason I want to call you is because you're not going to believe this, but I recently met some extremely successful people who are expanding their business here in the Dallas area, or whatever area you live in, or even what area they live in. Okay, let's say I know someone in Houston who are expanding their business into the Houston area, and it looks like I may get a chance to start working with them. They asked me if I knew anyone that, you know, would be a strong asset to the team, and I thought of you because I remember that you were very successful in real estate. Or I thought of you because I have so much respect for you for how successful you've grown your chiropractor business. Or I thought of you because you're so good with people. The key is just that it's a genuine compliment, okay? And the more personal, the better. You could say, and I thought of you because I remember you were president of that volunteer committee, and you did a phenomenal job, right? The more personal, the better. All the other words are void, okay? If you could just be excited and be genuine, that's all you need. But this is just a framework and a track to run on. So I'm sitting with one of them right now, and I told her good things about you, and she's interested in speaking with you for a minute. Would it be okay if I connected you with her, so she could fill you in on more of the details? And they'll say, yeah, sure. And you say, great. Okay, her name is Miss Sarah, or whoever your upline is. And you say, just be respectful. And you pass them off, and then we get to know them. We build rapport. We see if they're open. We set an appointment. Okay? Or if they say, what is it? Then you just say, it deals with health and a mobile app, but I'm just going to confuse us both. Miss Sarah's going to explain everything a lot more clearly. So just one moment, be respectful. And then you pass off the phone. Okay? So that's what that sounds like. Basically, you just say, got connected with successful people, thought of you, are you open? Okay? That's the basic framework. And again, you don't have to say these exact words, but I will tell you right now that the people who've stuck with the script are the ones who've gotten the best results on my team. Everyone else who tries to get creative and like starts deviating, they're like, the script doesn't work. And I'm like, well, what are you saying? And it was nothing like it. So just make sure you're sticking with this, or at least something so close to it. But make it you. Now, that's a 3-way. Love that, and it works so well. This is the direct approach. Let's say that your upline's not available, but you want to start inviting. Then same thing, you're going to text a batch of 10. The reason why we do batches is because it gives them time to respond. You don't want to just like wait on one person at a time. We want to be efficient. So, hey Sonia, can I call you real quick? Exciting news, all caps, exclamation point. Whatever, just as long as it's urgent and excited. Then you call and you say, hey Sonia, how are you? Listen, I only have a minute, But the reason I wanted to call is because I just found a way to make some really good money on the side through a mobile app that is ground floor. You have to take a look at this. Are you open to making some extra money on the side if it doesn't interfere with anything that you're doing now? And then they say yes. Okay, great. I'm sitting down with one of the individuals who's part of launching the mobile app to go over all the details tomorrow at my place at 6. Could you make yourself available for like 30 minutes? So that's it, guys. So that's how the invite works. I'm just going to end it with this. There's a couple amateur mistakes, and then the difference between what amateurs and pros do, and this is going to help you a lot. Amateur mistakes, what I see a lot of new people do, they fall for this when someone goes, well, what is it? And that's a totally okay, it's a valid question. They say, what is it? This is where amateurs go wrong. They go, oh, there's this company called Kyani, there's this blueberry juice, this triangle of health, and you build a pyramid and we get free cars. No, don't do that, because even if you're excited, they're going to get so overwhelmed and confused that they would rather say no because you overwhelm them, or they make some preconceived notion, but you're doing them a disservice because they're not getting to see the full picture. If someone says no, that's okay to me, but at least if they made an educated decision. But just make sure that you don't word vomit on them, okay? So if they say, what is it? You just say, hey, it deals with health in a mobile app, but I'm just going to confuse us. I need to get you connected with the people who are actually in charge of this project, but it's huge. Trust me. One mistake is when they say, what is it? You word vomit. Second mistake is they lack posture. And you people are like, hey, sorry for bothering you. Do not be apologetic. You are approaching them with an opportunity that could change their lives. And you have to have the end in mind. You have to envision them thanking you for sharing this project with them, because it really has changed lives, and we're going to continue to do the same. So just make sure that you know that you are bringing them value, and don't be apologetic. And also, the third mistake, if you were too casual, way too cool about stuff, hey, yeah, you know, whatever, just let me know when you have time. Oh, yeah, next month is a little bit more clear. Okay, great. No. The people who have the most success and the fastest success, not that speed necessarily determines if you succeed or not. Speed helps, I will say that. But if you are not urgent about it, you're going to lose a lot of good people, because urgency creates value. So even if you're not an urgent person, and I'm so not by nature, I promise you that, it's something that I've learned through this industry, just learn to turn it on for like 30 minutes while you're making calls, and then just go back to your normal pace, okay? Now, here's what the pros do. They understand that less is more, so they just pique interest, and they generate curiosity, because they need to give that person a reason to come. If you explain everything over the phone, they're going to think that they know everything, and then they'll say, no, I'm good, right? They also are confident, they have posture, and they say, you need to take a look at this. If you heard that, it's integrated right into the script, so if you just read the script, you'll be good. If they say, if the guest says, what is it, then the professional understands to just set the appointment. Hey, that's why we need to sit down for coffee. Hey, that's why I need you to come over to my house for 30 minutes. Or they just send the info the right way. If that person's kind of like, hesitant, you say, hey, you know what, if I just send you some info and some links and resources, would you check it out? They say, sure. So I say, if I send you some links, would you check it out? Then they're saying yes. And I set the time that I'll follow up with them, and they still get to watch the whole presentation the right way, okay? And they're urgent and excited. Urgent and excited. So those are the differences between an amateur and a professional. I hope that this video helped, and I'm so excited. Woo, 28 minutes. Man, that was goodly timed. Goodly timed, is that a word? See, you don't have to be that smart to do this business. Anyway, before your launch with your mentor, here's a couple things that you need to have. 1, have a list of 100+ names. 2, have the system in your calendar and written down. So all those Zoom calls and conference calls and live events, want to plug into those. Write those down in your calendar, or at least have them written down in your journal. Have your why established. So I want to know why you're building this business, because I want to help you get there. So the more clarity you have on your goals, the better I can help you. Okay, listen to Jim Rohn. Start investing in yourself. Personal development is the greatest gift that I've ever been given. So I'm excited for you to begin this journey. And of course, print out the invite script packet. Like I said, it's going to be in like a link below or in some attached file. I'll put it down there. And just be ready to role play, because the more we role play, it's not for you to sound good at first. It's just to get you familiar and confident in building that new muscle. So otherwise, thanks so much. And if you want to, watch this over and over again so you can get repetition. And just make sure that as soon as you get a new partner, you send this link to them. So excited for your Jade promotion. We will see you in Fort Worth, March 9th to the 11th at ILA. Everyone have a good one.